What is up, everybody? This is your boy Czardd coming at you right now right here on the couch, talking about Magic today. We're going to be talking about the rise and the cost of playing Magic the Gathering in today's current world, and in economy and market. So there's a couple of stipulations I want to get out of the way before we get into this topic. One of the major ones, it is a very expensive game. Not gonna lie, you're gonna be paying, since Fetchlands went down, the cheapest deck you can probably get is Burn. But that's in Modern. You gotta realize that it's a hobby. We all enjoy it. It's like collecting Pokemon cards or playing video games. They're all hobbies unless you turn them into a career, which is very, with everything going on. Besides the point. They're hobbies. We have to realize that. So some people do fishing, some people do hunting, some people do video games like I said, and some people like to volunteer. There's a lot of different stuff that people do as hobbies. And should hobbies cost anything? Depends on the type of hobby you like. So there's the first one. That's my first reason. It's a hobby. We all love it. So a lot of us, a lot more, especially the content creators that make content for the game. But because what's the first thing I do when I wake up? Wake up and think about Magic in the next YouTube video or Twitch stream I can do about it, or Magic. So we make that's one thing, but it's more than a little bit of a hobby for me. I just enjoy the game so much. Basically. One of the most, in the EDH community specifically, in modern community, I talked to a bunch of people, you all know me, about the rising cost in Magic the Gathering and how that it sort of limits the availability of cards and such like that. And I'm not gonna lie, it does. I mean, I 100% agree. We need more reprints, as the prof would say, quote him. Quoting the professor from Trillian Community College. But it's the best way to put it. What is the best way to put it? There's no good way of putting it to be 100%. I mean, the people that played for a long time are going to have the cards they need. I played in 2016 during Origins, the Battle for BFZ, Battle for Zendikar, and then a little Innistrad, Eldritch Moon, that one. I played on a lot of those. I got a lot of the expensive cards. I traded them for, I like a lot of Commander staples. I sold some of them on TCG Player. There's different ways of paying for your Magic hobby than actual hardcore cash. No, I say I recommend cracking packs. No, heck no. But I will say that it is a rising cost, and especially if cards that don't have reprints. Like you look at a common from Dragons of Tarkir, Impact Trimmers. Let's look it up here. I'm going to turn on the screen share. We're going to look up the card, Impact Trimmers. Let me get it searched up here. We're kind of winging this video. It was just kind of turn on the camera and go type situation. It was printed in Origins, I believe, wasn't it? I think Origins or no, Dragons. It was printed in Dragons of Tarkir. I'll load this page up for you guys so you can see. Let's see. Turn on the camera here. But basically, this gives you guys a perspective. This Impact Trimmers is a very good card in a lot of mono red goblin token decks. It is a common. Card number 140. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, Impact Trimmers deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's a 2-drop for 1. For 1 damage to everybody. Every time. So say you're laying down a bunch of creatures. Yeah, this is a staple for that type of deck. For like mono red goblin token deck. Yeah. In EDH specifically. You hit every single opponent for 1, or even Rakdos, right? Your recursion, anything. Anyway, I'm getting to off the topic. But how much you guys think this card is? Like, if I wanted to buy this card right now for a common rarity, well, let me show you guys something. Give me 1 second. We're gonna swap screens here. Put up the studio mode here, and boom. I'll show you guys here real quick. I want to show you something. So when we go look up that card, Impact Tremors, you go look it up on TCG Player here. I think the lowest listing is like $2, but I just want to make sure I'm correct. Alright, Impact Tremors, like, shop TCG Player. It's a really damn good card, you know, but for me, what determines worth, right? And there's nothing else like it, because as you guys can tell, it hasn't been reprinted in a set since, let's see, it hasn't been reprinted only in a secret layer. So the card itself is worth around $2 for just a common version. Now they have a mystery booster one worth around $3.16 was the last time it was reprinted, but I think the original should sell for more. But market price around $3.17. $3.17. So we got that. We put that into perspective. A common card costing $3 from a box of dragons. So it just comes down to what your deck wants to do and what we want to do with the deck, right? My personal EDH deck, which was the last video series I did with the part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, where I broke it all down, it's taken me around 3 months, 2 months to build this thing. A couple paychecks, I'd buy a couple cards here, a couple cards there. But my number one reason that it's the community that drives the market, the secondary market specifically. So the secondary market, it depends how many people are buying this card, how many people are getting this, how fast is it moving and shaking, right? So Impact Tremors here is just our example. We're probably not going to keep rattling this on, but if that gives you any aspect, I recommend anybody get into the game. Start off with a pre-con. Don't do what Czardd did and, you know, build like straight from scratch, alright? Because if you build from scratch, it's going to lead to issues, like really bad. I mean, I've probably upgraded from Gruul to Gruul tokens. I want to play like a Gruul token deck. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. All the way to, what was it? After that, it was like Landfall to Naya. So I spent a good bit of money of my paychecks, but I have it budgeted out. Make sure you budget yourself appropriately. That's a good finance tip. To where you're, if you want to build like in your own EDH deck. Buy singles, because if you were to try to crack one of these packs just to get this stuff, don't do it. That's one beginner thing. But Magic is an expensive hobby. Easy clap, short and sweet answer. You're gonna, if you want to win it, like, it also depends what you want to do with your decks. There's some creative cards out there. I bet there's other cards like this that we don't even know, because it's just been, you know, Wizards has so many dang cards. There's nothing we can do about it. So there's plenty of options out there. We just gotta look for them. All right, guys. As always, I'm probably gonna re-upload this video and just do it into a short. But if you guys want to see the full thing, let me know. We're gonna do a short here. Just say, is Magic an expensive hobby? Yes. And then there you go. Alright, deuces, guys. Be right back. We'll probably do a different video.